Good day, everyone. Nice to see you. I'm Sophia. I'm career consultant in Gvahim. And today we are going to talk about networking and how to let the network for you after you build it, right? Because the whole idea of networking is actually to speed up your job search and to let this tool be very, very relevant and helpful to you in your job search. So connections, meaningful connections are very, very important in this. So, and especially that more than 65% of jobs in Israel are found through the networking. So many times, people tell me, especially Olim Hadashim, what do I do? I don't have all this network as Israelis. And we are going to discuss with you what actually you have and what you don't have, okay? Plus to that, guys, that's one of the reasons why Gvahim was created, because Michael Ben Sadon, when he was Ole himself, now he's an Ole Vatik, he also faced the same issues and he said, okay, how should I find a job in Israel if everything is about connections here? And it's the secret is now he decided that actually, yes, I'm going to build it. I'm going to create a lot of connections, and that all him are going to have many connections. And thanks to Gvahim networking, guys, this is the tool that you just have as an Ole or Ola. Many Israelis, we have to cancel requests every day actually because people jealous to you. They want to also to have this amazing opportunity of Gvahim. So please use it. We have almost 4,000 of alumni and mentors there and people who are willing to help. And this is something that you should use. But for this, you have a special networking, Gvahim network workshop. We are talking now about any other way, because also why Gvahim network is so successful because each of you work on your personal network and then we merge our success in this. And I'm going to prove you now that actually you have everything that Israelis also have. So let's go for it. Of course, friends and family. Tell me if you do have friends and family in Israel. And if you do, at least if you have one, two, three people, now you have all the group that you have, all the workshops together in Gvahim. So this is already expanding your network. And of course, you have family and friends. Ask them, where do they work? Maybe they work in the company that you thought of, but you never actually found the way to get there. And now you have somebody who works there and who is willing to tell you more about them. What are the requests? Maybe they work in another department, but they know somebody in the department that you are willing to work, right? So try to make your research. After the session today, go through your WhatsApp, go through all the connections that you have. Ask people, where do they work? Please create for yourself already kind of a document that will help you to arrange all the knowledge that you have about people. Where they work, if they are happy, what is the job that you have, when was the last time that you spoke? Because we are going to talk about it a bit later, but it is very, very important to nurture your connections. And then, of course, local community. Many times, yes, people have local communities, and this is super important. Israelis have local communities, but as Olim Hadashim, you are involved in a local community, and Gvahim, of course, is a local community, but you also have community, of your language group. You also have community of your interests and so on. So please find your local communities, be involved in social life. And believe me, it will bring the fruits. You meet there a lot of people, passion and interests. I'm not going like according to the order, but forgive me for that. Passions and interests. Guys, your passion and interests is something that actually open doors for you all the time, I guess, especially in Israel, you never know who is taking the same dance class as you, who is having the same hobby. And these are like-minded people, who come and listen, for example, in lectures about one specific topic, or who are passionate about something, like dance class or yoga or something else, and wow, it's gonna be just amazing because there is no status. People don't really care, where you work, if you don't have a job, if you are looking for a job. And of course, volunteering in Israel, volunteering is a very big thing. Many people put their time to volunteer monthly and find something that you like, because in there definitely you're going to meet people that come from all over, and you just maybe you don't have this you know really you don't have this opportunity to find out who is going to be there, but you definitely know that there will be people with a good heart, and they are going to see your real true personality. And as I said many times, in Israel, people care about who you are, sometimes even more than, okay, if you are willing and can learn something. That's, I think, for many of us, it's just not even a doubt. People know that you're going and willing to learn something that you want, but professionally. But, to be a good and nice person, this is something that you can't learn, right? So bring your true, real self with your best qualities. And of course, volunteering is something that helps you to open your heart and just go for it. Social events, guys, social events, before Corona in Gvahim, the last event we had before Corona, it was the networking event that we called networking in wedding. And of course, you have a lot of invitations for weddings, for birthdays, for so many different things. So please go to social events. If you have events from Gvahim, also go for it. We always invite you for our yearly event and so on. There you meet mentors, you meet very nice people. So yes, LinkedIn, guys, LinkedIn is a way for you to network. People know that you will approach them on LinkedIn. Most of Israelis are very active users, so you have this amazing session about LinkedIn. So go for it, use all the tips about networking through your LinkedIn account, and of course, make up your page, so that it will be attractive, and also professional wise, it will be very like appealing to the recruiters, but also, inviting people just to get to know you personally. So right there about your passion, why you like the job and so on, why you want to work in this specific job and so on. Meetups and fairs, please go to Meetup's website. It is an amazing website where you can find a lot of events, and some of them online, some of them offline. Always bring your CV with you because your CV is the best. Sometimes people say, okay, nobody does that. Exactly because of that, bring your CV because you will stand out of the crowd. Nobody prints the CV now. So, then the person thinks, okay, where do I put their CV? And then they find it at home in some pocket and say, okay, give a call. Sometimes it also works, but always follow up on the contact that you made, right? So you meet somebody face to face, write them on LinkedIn, thank them for the meeting, for some insightful conversation, and it will bring you definitely some nice leads, connections, and so on. And of course, yes, you don't have school and army, guys. This is the only thing that probably you don't have as Israelis, but you have something else. And you have this something that we call in Gvahim, Ole Hadash card, Ole card. And this is something that you can really use because this is your time when you are in Ole or Ola. You guys can always ask for advice. And this is your way to approach people. Imagine that. You ask for advice, not for a job. For example, a person works in a company that you want to work. Ask them, how did they make this amazing career? What they would advise you if you like this job? How do you apply? Do they think that your CV is a good fit? So be professional, of course, for all the things like how do I match my CV? What is the salary? And what job is a good fit for me? For this, you have Gvahim. So please use your career consultant, use Gvahim team's recommendations, but when you reach somebody with your Oleg card, you need to know already what you are looking for. Be professional as a professional and be very authentic. What I mean by that, always be equal in a way, in terms of exchange, right? If you ask for advice, always offer something that you can give in exchange to this kind of, in exchange to the advice. Offer your services, maybe offer some kind of help and research. Maybe you know how to work with market that they are going to open and to expand. Maybe they have something that, they want to check if their website is great, or you want to check if, to tell them about this type of customers that you worked and they are also interested to work with them, or you can share how it works in your home country. So just be a person to a person, professional as a professional to a professional. And believe me, even if people tell you that they don't need that, they are going to appreciate your approach, because you always, look for the way to be helpful to them as well. That's how you stand out of the crowd. That's how they remember you as a nice, person, fair person, and so on. Also, why we are even talking about networking, because I know that for many, many of you, it's not the way that you were looking for the job before. So in Israel, the country is very supportive and the culture is very supportive. Why? Because 9 out of 10 people are immigrants, or the first or the second generation themselves. They either were born here or came here as small child, or their parents came here. But definitely people know that we need to help each other, and networking in Israel is easy because it is the way of life. People really ask all the time, what you do for work, are you single or not, right? Because they want to say, okay, maybe they have a match for you. And also, as an OLED, you can ask and reach people with advice, as I told you, so please use it. Israel is a very supportive country in this way, so yeah, we need to do that. How actually we know that you are good at networking, guys? There is also a culture in Israel that is called coffee meeting culture, and people really know what you mean by that. People tell you, let's go for coffee. What they mean is actually informal meeting. Usually it lasts for like 20, 30 minutes. And, we always say that we know that you started to look for the job when you had this 5 coffee meeting, usually with professionals from the industry that you are looking for, because it is very energy consuming, even though those meetings are informal, and but you need to take them very, very seriously. If you ask somebody to meet you for coffee, and even if you're gonna see that many people in Gvahim network mark themselves as willing to meet for coffee, so you prepare, because you need to ask proper questions. You need to know what kind of help in the end of the meeting you need from this person. You ask very specific question. You also want to be very helpful for them, maybe because people need a reason to meet you. Yes, there is a reason that they want to help you, definitely, but they still, if you give them some extra meaning, this would be amazing, right? What you give them instead would be a very nice outcome. Why to network? Because you don't want just flow, you want the job and the career. So for this, you meet specific people and ask them very specific questions, right? So what do we do as a networker? Because many times people tell me, yes, Sophia, but I'm actually not really like a good networking. Maybe I'm not that sociable. But I always say that you need to be a trust builder and not the most interesting person in the room, because that's like a very wrong connotation of being a great networker. We always think that this person should be very loud and, like very social, but sometimes most of the times, it's not like that. You can be the most interested person in the room, care about others, really knowing what they want, and always thinking about how to provide value to others, right? This is a totally different approach. And that's how we always know that there is this person that when they come, I always feel good. They always care about me. Maybe they can also help me with something so that I can help them, without feeling like overused and stuff. So yeah, always try to be that kind of person that you would want to help to. And of course, you need to be very focused, guys, on those that you spend time with. I know it's not always obvious, but I will mention that because this is important. Whom you spend time with. Because if you are looking for a job in marketing, but you spend most of the time with salespeople, probably it's not the right crowd, right? They don't even understand you. They don't know what you are going to do, what kind of job you are looking for. For them, sometimes, marketing is just the same. Every marketing is the same, but we know that it's not. So the same for you. Please pick people that you talk to, ask them, and know how to do the ask. So we know already that you always offer something and you ask for advice. And of course, you need to be very, very, very organized because you need to nourish and value connections, guys. You need to really map right people. You need to map ecosystem that you are looking for. And this is how you do that. That's how you organize, your search. First of all, you list companies that you would like to get to know. You can Google it. You can have these companies that are called really, you can really Google, for example, fintech industry in Israel, and you're going to get a lot of information. Then you need to identify the main players in your field and try to visit events. And sometimes you can find them in Gvahim networking. Many people are really like, well, management roles. They are in Gvahim network. Always check who is there from your industry in Gvahim network. It will also help you to open many, many doors. And of course, identify meetup groups of your sector, sometimes Facebook groups, and you're going to have there a lot of information. And of course, you plan, right? You plan whom you already know, who can introduce you, what you can know from them. And you can even organize your relationship, like to know what is the goal, right? And what type of contact can help you, and what are your next steps. And you guys can even say, okay, I'm going to have these 5 coffee meetings. Then you say, okay, who is the first person, right? So then how you met them. Then what is the priority for you to meet? Maybe this person is actually, the main player in the industry. So yes, you check them. And then what is your value? And you ask them for the coffee meeting, already knowing all that, right? And scan online industry and communities. That's what I told you about it. For example, you just go and you check the infographics. You say Israeli fintech startup landscape, startup hub AI, for example, right? So on this website, but you can just Google it and you're going to find like Viola Group and stuff. These are investment companies, and they really bring you like huge number of companies, and you need to visit all them, guys. You need to visit them. If I would look for job in fintech, I would visit every company. I would make research. You're gonna find out so much about the industry. Who are the main players, who have open jobs, where Gvahim has connections. So you are checking all that, right? So I don't know, even clean tech we have, right? So many, many, many aspects of your job search is actually very. It depends on information, but it's not enough just to have it. It is very important to implement actions on everything that you learn. Okay. So again, connections, find the right people, as I told you. And again, I just want to finish with something that how to behave during the meetups, guys, because many times it's not so clear. You need to have a very easy way to introduce yourself. who you are, what you do, why it's unique, right? Your unique selling points, like I know this and that, and what you are looking for. It is important because people need to know how to help you. Actually, during the networking events, your pitch shouldn't be more than 30 seconds. Please, check it. It is important. And of course, try to be, the most interested person, as I told you. Be curious about other person. Because sometimes, we just we want to talk and not only about professionally, right? But try to keep it professional wise. It's important also to stick to agenda. People are sometimes limited in time. But yeah, choose the right person to network with, because I know that sometimes we have a very personal, natural match and we want to be friends with people. But we always need to also to keep in mind, that, okay, I still need to meet other people. I need to talk to somebody who is from my industry. And people you want to talk, they are usually very busy, right? If it's a speaker, for example, of course, they will be surrounded with people all the time. Um, and of course, because it's very important, that you would love to help people, and you also need to to see that people have passion about something, talk to them about it and really like that. Ask insightful and meaningful questions. That's important. Please do that. What are you, and this should be open questions, by the way, because sometimes it's not so obvious. Please ask open questions. And meaning that they are not yes or no answer. They are usually, mean some open answer, like what you are most interested in, what are you building right now, how do you know the host, and things like that. So yes, it's very, very important, um, for you to keep the agenda of the meeting. And remember always to be positive and smiling, like our team, in this photo. And positive, energetic, and happy that you meet the person, right? So, and of course, be yourself. Don't try to play a role, because in the end of the day, you are going to meet them. So we also have this amazing podcast by Johnny Neiman. He used to work in Gvahim, and he created this podcast about really how to network yourself to a dream job as an Olim. Listen to episodes. It's very, very inspiring. Many Olim joined, and they share stories about how they found their job through the network. So please, go for it. Why not, right? And the summary, of course. So 65% of your job time should be search time should be networking. Coffee meetings, play an Ole Hadash card, ask for advice, not a job. Be ready to pitch all the time. Map your ecosystem, companies, key people. Map your current network, and maybe call people that you feel like it. Reach out correctly, and of course, meetups. Please visit networking events, Gvahim networking events. We are here for you guys for any questions, and of course, have a lot of fun. During the networking, you can really meet a lot of nice people, make a lot of friends, also in the industry and beside. Just you visit a lot of events, you're out there, and this is a great opportunity for you. Okay, so see you in other sessions, and good luck, and thank you so much. Bye bye.